episode of Sleeping Giants, Red Star Belgrade. Apologies if you can hear my chair squeaking in the background. It appears to have developed a squeak, which is a disappointing thing. So basically, we've had a pre-season. We've had a transfer window. We've had a lot of work to do, basically. First thing I can tell you, though, is that Luka Jovic has joined Juventus after just 6 months at Benfica. He has joined Juve. And the thing that's most gutting about that is the fact that he wasn't prepared to sign a new contract for us. So that he could leave for free, basically, and it's a pain because he's now joined Juventus for 35 million. That being said, we did get £1 million out of the deal as a result of clauses in the deal when he signed for Benfica. So I guess there's a good thing there. It gave us an extra £1 million. We've spent some money in this transfer window. That is something we've spent some money. We've also sold a few players, but nothing crazy. We've gone out, and I think we've done some decent business, but it's been a little bit more difficult than I was expecting. Again, it's kind of been a bit of a struggle at times. So, of course, we're back. We've got the Super Cup final against FK Indjija today, so that's going to be fun as well. So let's just take you through what we've been doing, basically, transfer-wise. So here's what we're doing. Let's just see. Right, okay. Transfers that are coming. We've actually only made 5 signings, which is a little... I'm still looking at a couple more, potentially. I think there's a Brazilian lad I'm interested in, but we've not actually... sort of formalised the deal yet, I don't think. Actually, let's take a look and see what's gone out first. So as you can see, lots of players left on free transfers. Apologies for that sound in the background, guys. Some of them just weren't going to make the deal. So Patrick Lawal, if you remember, was one of the ones we signed initially. There's a few players left. However, Eric Opoku I managed to get 125k for, so there's a few players I've basically let go and just made sure that we got a little bit more money than we bought them for, basically. Peter Hamilton's gone to Racing Santander for 350,000. Marko Milinkovic has joined Napredak for 700,000. Bear in mind, he cost us like 80k, and he wasn't going to get in our first team, so we've managed to sell him on. That deal can actually rise to nearly £1 million. So that's not a bad piece of business there. Antonio Jesus, I think he joined us last season. He was a bit of a flop, never really looked like he was going to go anywhere, so we've managed to cash in. Christos Stefanovic has joined Puskás Academia over in Hungary. Sergio Abando, who's been here for ages, has left to join Bruges, or not Bruges, but Cercle Bruges for 350,000. David Popovic has also joined the Puskás Academia for £675,000. Little ones here and there, basically. Adrian Kreshenesk has joined the Seattle Sounders for 1.1 million. He didn't quite make the cut, and we've had to take a bit of a loss on him. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed, basically, because we accepted 2 offers. One was from Seattle, then another team came in with a £2.5 million one, and I then set it to basically reject all lower offers, and irritatingly, he chose to sign for them, which means we lost £1.5 million off of it, but oh well. Gabriel Eloy has joined Borats for £500,000, and Solomon Friday has joined Vojvodina for 800,000. You know, there are other clubs in this league, I know, but the fact is they just weren't going to get anywhere near our first team. So let's talk about the players we have brought in. Now, it's a bit of a mixed bag. As you can see, there's 2 main outlays, and we have broken our transfer record, basically. And it's looking at the clubs we've been able to sign these players from. You can see a few sort of regular teams like ASEC, but to sign someone from Rennes, for me, shows that we are getting a slightly better reputation. But we're going to just go to Ivica Zovko first. Now, he, again, potential ability-wise, perhaps not that special. He's one of the sort of players that is a very specified role. Like, he's got decent finishing, and he's incredible in the air. He is the archetypal target man. And if nothing else, we'll be able to sell him on at some point, I'm hoping, basically. It just... I don't know, I was trying to sign European players. It was just really difficult. This is a Bosnian lad, and he's nothing special, but I just think that sometimes you just need to keep the conveyor belt moving. You know, they are buy now, sell more for later type of players. A couple of these are like that. A guy Yabao is a similar type of player. You know, he's a left back, but again, he's got very specific stats. In fact, I'm not a fan of his stats at all. What was I thinking? That's the annoying thing, right? He was a 4-star player before, and you bring him in, and I suppose I should have known by looking at these, and I'm normally pretty good with those, as you're about to find out in a second, because we've got another player who my scouts think is shit, and I think he's great, basically. And that is this guy. This is Lucas Eckel. Now, he's rated at, like, 1-star current potential, current ability, and 2-star potential maybe. But for me, I mean, look at that. He's got a 3.9 million pound value at the moment, which says a lot for me already. He's on decent whack of money, fair enough. He is only 18. He's German, managed to sign him up. But my point is, he's an advanced forward, which is a position we use. But look at this. Other than his heading, you know, he's relatively decent. Decent dribbling, decent finishing, not bad first touch. His heading's a little poor, passing solid, anticipation and composure also solid, determined, decisions are a little low, off the ball is brilliant, his work rate is great, decent acceleration and great balance. I don't understand how that makes him a 1-star player. For me, he's much better than that, and I've really had to fight, and you know, I think 8 million's a lot, but I don't know. I just felt that when I was looking at his stats, I thought, no, he's exactly what we need, and I don't really care about the potential rating. We nearly sold Bojan Horvat to Wigan, I think it was, or Swansea City, I can't remember who it was actually, for 5.5 million. Unfortunately, he turned them down because of wages, despite complaining about how he wanted to leave, which is annoying because it could have done with getting one of those guys out, just to bring another one in. Other players bringing in, this is Norberto Lamas, a young Spaniard, to sort of play in a few different positions. Again, I feel that he's got decent, like, he's very good passing sets. Again, it's one of those ones where they are very specific. No, wait, that's the wrong one, isn't it? What do we play? I can't remember which one we play, actually. They're very specific to certain roles, essentially, and his long shots are terrible. But my point is that they're better players than I think my scouts are suggesting, and obviously this is my assistant, and you can't claim that he's got bad judging. He's got 20/20 for judging PA and CA. But I don't know. I just sometimes disagree with them, frankly. Perhaps not so much on him. But the one I'm most excited about is this guy. This is the one that we signed him up immediately. He was my first big sign. Obviously, they all signed on the same day, but I was working on this guy towards the back end of May. This is Pierre-Yves Lucas, and he's my most... the signing I'm most proud of, as you can see, is worth 5.25 million. Yeah, I know we've paid nearly 11 million for him, but I think he's worth it. He's another advanced forward type of player, but for me, he is very, very good. So, heading is 13, dribbling, finishing, first touch, all solid, passing 12, anticipation and composure nice and high, decisions and determination high, off the ball and work rate are off the charts. Decent physical stats as well for someone that's only 18. I'm pretty pleased, and he's the one that I'm really hoping is going to become a quality player for us, and maybe we'll be able to play up top with Toshka, maybe be able to move Toshka into a more solid position, basically. But that's what I'm doing with those, basically. And I know that's not a huge amount of transfers, but it's still an outlay of 22 million, so it's still a fair amount of money going down the... Well, I say going down the drain. I think it's decent, but we'll have to see. We've played a lot of friendlies, basically, so... You know, we've been sort of testing out all kinds of different things. I played a shitload of friendlies, basically, just to try and keep them all in perfect nick. And I think it's worked relatively well, but only time will tell, really. Obviously, we've got the Champions League draw, which will be in the next episode, and we'll find out who we're going to be playing in this year's Champions League. But we will be testing out our new Champions League away tactic, and hopefully that could make all the difference for us. And give us that little extra boost, basically. So I've worked around with the squad. We've got people like Yildirim and Kashbers, of course, back now. So a slightly more solid centre midfield potential for us now. Anyway, let's get into the match preview screen, because there's not a lot really else to talk about. Obviously, it is the Super Cup final, so it's FK India. And, well, we've beaten them. They have beaten us once. I think it's 1 win for them out of the 10 matches and 9 defeats. Not wise. I want to see how long we can carry on that winning streak in the league, so let's just see. We're going to go with our famous tactic. And what in the name of God is that? Has this happened to you guys too? This has happened to me a few times now, but it's never actually happened in a live com. In cup games, for some reason, my assistant refuses to pick the bench. Look, pick unposition... Oh, there we go. Why wouldn't it pick the bench then? That was really strange. So there we go. I don't know why he does that. But as you can see, Marcel Bourez now has actually come back from his loan spell, and he's come back looking like a fairly decent young player. Still only 21. Why not give him a crack, actually? That's not a bad idea. Savicevic, Tufezic, Kofi, Gajic, Bourez, Toshka, Savicevic, Ashraf Kone, Bazan Vira, and Adamenko at the back, of course. On the bench, Jalminia, Kashbers, Ristic, Horvat, Fernandez, of course, Scala and Maman. I think we've got a stronger bench this year, and that's crucial. And if you look at the players that can play, you know, we've got Lazic, Marianne, Krupa, Casado, who will probably send out on loan, I think, Matovic, Sadibi, Militic, and of course Ekel. I feel like we've improved the overall squad. I think the depth is certainly there, so when we rotate things, we'll have plenty of amazing players to step into the fold, and that is so crucial. Right, let's do this. Obviously, the tactic, for some reason, has lost some of its fluidity, but it'd be interesting to see what Bourez is like. I think this might be the first, like, proper game he's got into our starting lineup. I mean, I've given him the number 10 jersey, so obviously we're pretty confident about him. I don't know, I feel good. I expect that we'll win this game comfortably, but then that's what we would do anyway, isn't it? So it's not really a good gauge. We won't be able to gauge things properly until we get into the Champions League. But what I do want to see today is if Marcel Bourez can actually show me... Whoa, that was a touch. If he can show me why he should be starting games regularly, you know, fighting for a place. He's come back off loan and he's and across the ball, and there it is, 1-0 after just 50 seconds. Vukan Savicevic, how often is it that Savicevic scores the first goal of the season for us? I swear I say that every year now. It feels like I have, and I think that's going to be an assist for Marcel Burres. I don't know if it is or not, or if it's just a poor tackle from the defender. I'll tell. Let's see. Kofi rips it around the corner. Burres is in here. Yeah, it's a poor tackle, but Savicevic is in there, scoring his first of the season again. And a good start for Crvena Zvezda. That's what we wanted, to get off to a good start, just take the lead here, and then we can just relax. I'm hoping that we could get Burres a goal today, that'd be good, and hopefully Toshka can sort of pick up where he left off last season, scoring 31 in 30 league games, or 26 it actually was, which broke a record as well, which is great to see. And Toshka's ball in, and Burres with the header. That is a great header, but it's not quite in. Good play. Good stuff, just wasn't quite good enough to get the ball in the butt. Then Ashraf's ball across the box, Toshka, and that's a very strange highlight. Kofi is so good at corners. Kone, and it's off the line there. We're looking decent. We are looking decent. Kofi is better at corners as well, so having him in the team a bit more is certainly going to be important for us, but you do have to feel like, he's taking it short. Savicevic dunking inside here, and it's another goal. I think it's Bazan Vera actually is going to take this one. It is Juan Ignacio Bazan Vera with his first goal of the season. He was actually in the dream team for the Copa America, playing for Argentina along with like Ezequiel Garay and players like that, so that was cool to see. He really is a quality player, and it's so cool to see that people like Bazan Vera and Adamenko genuinely have never given me any trouble about leaving the club, despite both of them quite clearly being world-class players. Oh, that is the last thing we need right now, is Ashraf getting injured. Left-sided. Thankfully, one of the other things I was curious about when getting Leandro Fernandez is the fact that he's capable of playing on both fullback positions. So this is his debut, I think, for us. See what he's got. I don't know what he's like playing complete wing-back when he... Oh, and Gajic is in there, and that is 3-0 in the first half there. Milan Gajic, of course, well, who else? Getting his first goal of the season. So all the usual suspects on the score sheet, I suppose, but Toshka does need to get one too. Don't know what Adamenko's playing out there, but the goalkeeping is terrible, and it's 3-0 Red Star in the first half. Are we going to get an Insta highlight? Jesus. Hopefully it isn't them scoring, because they've had no opportunities in this game. Oh, intercepted by Fernandez, good stuff. Oh, he looks dangerous. Look at that. Toshka's through, and he's missed it. But what a bit of play that is from Leandro Fernandez. That should have been 4-0, really. He put that on a plate for Florentin. Savicevic has had a great game. Fernandez has done one amazing thing since he came on, but my God, did he look good there. It's certainly good to have that kind of extra level of backup. Plus having someone like Jalminia to bring on as a centre-back as well. We've got plenty of choices. And it does feel like, you know, having those guys not out on loan this year, they've had those 2 or 3 seasons now of loan play to really build themselves up, and now they're all sort of 2 or 3 star players, according to my assistant, and that has given us a whole new layer of depth to the squad without actually making any signings, and that's the wonderful thing. You know, players like Burres are suddenly coming of age, Jalminia, and it's actually meant that those signings can be for the future. But I am still very impressed with Lucas. He's the one I really do want to get some game time for, but I just don't think he's got the match fitness at the moment. Oh, hello. Oh, poor play. They've yet to hit the target. It's not going to be the sort of 10-0 win, or, you know, but it doesn't matter. Kone with a big header. It's cleared away, and that's poor. Fernandez will bring this. Will he be able to run with it, or will he just play a simple pass? That's actually a really poor pass from Fernandez there. Hopefully he can atone for his error there without hopefully making another one. That's better. Spreading the play to Adamenko, and you know Gajic is going to make a run here for him. You'd think so. Here we go. Gajic skips past his man back to Fedzic. Long ranger. Off the post. Gajic. Oh, blocked. Adamenko running in here. Around the corner for Gajic again. Can he pull it back? Back to Adamenko. He's getting in the box here. Oh, and it's not in the back of the net somehow. I don't know how that's avoided going in the net, but this looks like the sort of game that we're going to once again cross over the 30-shot mark. But I think we're pretty much doing that in every single league game we play these days. Not that this is a league game, but you get my point. Let's see. Probably about time we made some substitutions. Who could we bring in here? I'm going to bring in Jalminia. Give him a little run out here, because he's barely ever played for us. And I'm going to bring on Maman. I'm going to bring him on for Toshka, actually. I'm going to bring him on for Toshka. Maman can play right, left, and up top. So, you know, he's wanted by teams like Man United. So I kind of think there must be something about him. And maybe we should just give him some game time. And he's obviously scored that wonder hat-trick for us last season. So, Gajic, Burres round the corner for Savicevic, and it's well saved again there. Burres has looked all right. The top 2 today have just not really cut it for us, which is a shame. all the goals and the sort of hard work seems to have come from elsewhere. Kofi's ball in, Jalminia with the big header, and this time it's saved again. There we go, we've crossed over the 30 shot mark, which is pretty much standard for us now. We actually had over 50 shots in a friendly. We won one of our friendlies 14-0, and we had 52 shots in the game, over 30 of which were on target. I think it was 34, which is crazy, and 14 goals scored. Horvar got 5 and Burez got 4 in that match as well, starting up top for us, which was just amazing to watch. Certainly gave him some confidence, let's put it that way. Burez, will he find a ball out wide? Gajic, will he find a ball? To Fedzic. Oh, that's a good pass out. Fernandez ball in. Savicevic cleared away again, and we are creating lots of good chances and having lots of shots. 3-0 is a good, solid scoreline, I suppose. But I think based on the way this has gone, I think we probably should have at least 4 or 5. But hey, who are we to complain about that? You know, winning games comfortably, looking good. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, please don't concede a goal with the first shot they're going to have on target. Well done, Arguello. He actually made the save, and that's important. Because, yeah, I didn't want to concede with the first shot on target they'd had, and he stood up big there. Hopefully he's improving. He has got himself an Argentina national team call-up, so that for me says it. Oh, what in the name of God? Oh, straight off the corner from it. 3-1 is an absolute joke of a scoreline, I have to say. We're usually so good at defending corners here. I don't know what happened. He just rose and nobody moved, really. 3-1 in the final. FK India, we seem to have played them so much lately. They've certainly been a rising star in Serbian football. I'm curious to see how FK Rad do this season, you know. They've had a year with their money to sort of, in theory, be improving the infrastructure at the club and bringing in scouts and signing players, so I'm hoping to see them improve. They scored another one. It's more likely that we'll get a 4th, and I'd kind of feel like we should do. To Fedzic, Maman, go on, have a long ranger. Out wide to Fernandez, can he pick a pass? He's cutting inside here. Fernandez to Fedzic, Gajic off the crossbar. Wow. We've hit the woodwork 3 times as well in today's game. That should be pointed out. 37 shots in this match, and it's somehow 3-1. Oh, that's a poor one there. I'm actually a little bit disappointed to only be winning this game by 3-1 when you look at the amount of shots we've had. And it's not like they're all long ranges. We've had a few long shots, but so have they. Well, they've had one. Kofi, Burez, go on Burez. And cleared. Well done, is all I can say. Well done. Adamenko, a little bit slouched there, but that's Arguello, and he should just be able to find Fernandez, and we've mopped up. We're basically just recycling that possession straight back to us. And oh, Fedzic, Burez, is there a ball option? There's Maman. Lovely bit of play from Ephraim Maman. Burez will take the assist. It is 4-1 to Red Star, and that's better. Nice to see Maman actually come in and score, though. You know, it was very, very patient from Burez as he sort of awaited the run, and once Maman... Actually, he just seemed to anticipate it, and it's nice to see him score a goal. I think he might be quite a useful backup player this season. He can play in many positions, and that's what's important. It looks like we're getting an insta-highlight. Make it 5, maybe? Oh, and again intercepted by Kofi. Go on, guys. Make those runs. Burez. Maman. Spins around to Gajic. Gajic! Oh. Maman's actually done quite well at linking up with the... linking the midfield and the attack and playing those balls. Almost playing like a sort of... Trecotista kind of player. Interesting. 4-1 is... I'm still a little bit disappointed. We've had nearly 40 shots. But hey, we'll take it. You know, if we could play like this in every single league game this season, which I'd like to think we probably can do, even when we're rotating, then I'd like to feel like we possibly could win every game this season. We won 28 out of 30 last season, and at the moment I just can't see where the draws are going to come from or the defeats. I suppose Partizan away, but then if they play as badly as they did last, I think we've eventually finished 32 points clear of them at the top of the league. Fedzic, go on, son. Burez, full time, but it is 4-1 in the final, and a really, really comfortable result, really. Nobody really stood out in this game, although man of the match is Savicevic, I guess, who was the only one that got multiple sort of goals and assists, but across the board, relatively good performance. Toshka was a little bit underwhelming. Maman's done well since he came off the bench. I was quite impressed with Fernandez, some of the things he did, although the occasional misplaced pass wasn't particularly great. So... let's see. Obviously, in the next episode, you'll have the Champions League draw. And, of course, our first game is going to be against there. So we've got 5 league games to play in the meantime as well. So we'll have hopefully, by then, I'm hoping that we can win all 5 of those and give ourselves a little bit of a gap at the top so we can start resting players when we've got these crucial Champions League matches to come up. So, obviously, this is the part where it sort of all bunches up and the episodes take a little bit longer to go through, but you can surely understand that these are the most important games you want to see. So, guys, if you've liked what you've seen, please do drop a like on this video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Red Star and Outcaster icons in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode for our first Champions League match of the season. Bye-bye.